Some of the most misunderstood and underappreciated elements in Scrum are the roles of the product owner and the Scrum Master. The product owner is not a Scrum project manager and the Scrum Master is not a team lead. But what are they then? Well, here's a free lesson taken from our Scrum course on Scrum for Managers to help you find out. That's all very fine and good, but in reality, the product owner, of course, varies across organizations. Let's have a look at that. If we set up the benefits on the vertical axis and the mandate the product owner has on the horizontal axis, let's see how much we get out of investing mandate in the role. In some organizations, the product owner basically is just a scribe, taking down notes from stakeholders. We don't get much benefit out of that, and that's definitely because of the low mandate invested. We can upgrade the product owner to a kind of a proxy that works for the stakeholders, but still does not have very much decision power. We can get much more out of the product owner role if we allow the person to be a sponsor. Let's say it makes some budget decisions within, of course, the constraints of the product budget. If we have a situation where the product owner is close to having the responsibilities of a project manager, well, there is no project manager in Scrum, but the product owner comes close. Sometimes in such a situation, we actually harvest more of the benefits, but we still miss a lot of what the product owner is doing. The product owner is not a team lead, but if somebody is, it's often the product owner. If the product owner works as a business representative, both working inside the team and outside with stakeholders, we have a more ideal situation where we can get a higher benefit from involving that person. And if the product owner works as an internal entrepreneur, making a business case and arguing for the products, managing his or her own budget, well, then we are really having a configuration where the product owner role adds value to Scrum. A lot of people like to say that the product owner is the CEO of the product. Well, that's very rarely the case. Most of the time, it's the person who has at least most of the say over the product, but is always within the constraints of business strategy and general business priorities. You should ensure that your organization gets the full benefit of having a product owner role. And delegation from above and support as well are critical. Of course, again, in reality, the Scrum Master role as well varies across organizations. Let's look at the same kind of graph as with the product owner and look at the mandate versus the benefits. When we don't invest very much mandate, we don't get very much benefits. That's basically the rule here. And the Scrum Master can also end up in a role as being the team scribe for powerful stakeholders, or even as being the general admin secretary style person for the Scrum team. This is not a very useful way to use your Scrum Master. Some Scrum Masters end up being the person removing all the problems and doing things for the team constantly. We refer to that, maybe with a bit derogatorily, as a Scrum Mom or a Scrum Dad, depending on who the Scrum Master is. That is not an advisable situation. Also, Scrum managers risk ending up becoming a project manager if an organization really can't live with the fact that project management responsibilities are shared across the team. That is also not a very good situation. We need to have even more mandate installed in the Scrum Master, who is now also the agile coach for the entire organization and a servant leader for the entire organization, and particularly for the Scrum team. The Scrum Master can do a lot more work for your organization than you think. It's not just a matter of changing the oil on the machine. You can get the full course, Scrum for Managers and Stakeholders, at the Corporate Revolutionary Academy. It's for leaders integrating Agile and Scrum into their strategy, stakeholders and functional managers interacting with Scrum teams. You'll get a solid overview of the Scrum framework in theory and practice, and you will understand the use of Scrum in product development and management. Additionally, you'll understand all the new dynamics of accountability and collaboration required in an agile environment. But most important of all, you'll learn how to successfully interact with the Scrum team as a stakeholder. It's 16 hours of online self-study video. You can check out the course at our academy today. Follow the link in the comments.